not the size of a cube.
My theory of relativity. Yes, in the patent office, I had many people come inquiring about this great theory of mine, which is relativity. But before I begin to discuss any of those great ideas with anyone at this moment, I want to just reminisce a little bit concerning my childhood. According to my family, as an infant, I was quite shy. Did not need much babysitting. I didn't need a lot of babysitting. Oh no. I began to talk about the age of 2. Almost 2. 1, 2. I did not use a baby bottle like every baby or any ordinary baby at the age of 2. Instead, I would make up complete sentences before I would say anything. Wow, wow, wow. I guess that's why I was a genius. Yep, that's probably why I was a genius. I didn't think I was a genius, all the trouble I went through coming up through the years. I was born in Ulm, Germany. By a middle-class family. My family tree, I was of the Jewish family. My parents, they was Jews as well. And there was a lot of pressures upon the Jews. But as a little boy, I knew my father would protect me the best he could. When my mother, Pearline, saw me for the very first time, she was worried about me because she thought I was deformed. Thought I was deformed. You know why? Because I have a big head. That's right, big head. So they thought I had a mental problem. I was deformed. My grandmother declared me to be too fat. Well, I guess that's part of it. You know, I was a healthy little boy, but they said I was too fat. I lived in Ulm City on the left bank of the Danube River. The river, the first year of my life in 1880. My family moved to Norwich. I'm giving you a little life history of mine because I think it's very important because I'm getting old now. I've done a lot of wonderful things for the world. I went through a lot of explosions, almost killed me more than one time, but I guess get pretty rough. Get pretty rough sometimes being a scientist. But this is what I chose to do. In 1894, I was 15 years old. My parents moved to Pavia, Italy. I lived in a boarding house where I could study biology. Yeah, that's right. I was working real hard on my studies because I realized if I was going to achieve my education that I had to work diligently, day and night, to do such of a thing. I studied until my heart was content. How about you? Are you studying like that? It's a good thing to study until your heart is satisfied. until I had satisfaction. Now, at the school, it became unbearable for me at the school, Norwich, because it was a lot of pressure on me. To make matters worse, I realized that I must do my exam. And soon the exams will be over. And I would have to do military service. Now, that's a lot. That's a lot. But at the age of 17, I was forced to join the military for 1 year. That's right, 1 year. At the age of 14, I became interested in philosophy. This study would help my life. So what I did, I went to physics. And I began to read books about it. And many of the Jewish people would donate me books or give me books because they wanted me to further my education in science. All right? Now, I realized that if I was to get an education, if I wanted to get the education that I wanted, then I would have to study on my own. My uncle was very impressed by the way I searched for answers. That's right, I searched for answers. In my school days, the younger students treated me as an equal. Many would discuss all kinds of scientific ideas. Some of my teachers was not interested in some of the students' ideas. I hated wars and violence. I hated wars and violence and killings. I hated it with a passion. I heard from my teachers, and everything that they taught me, I searched it with a fine-tooth comb, and I searched it from every angle. Then I realized that I began to think like a scientist. That's right, began to think like a scientist. In 1908, the soldiers' stand, my father took me to the parade. Yep, to the parade. I was a young boy, to the parade. When I saw that the soldier was standing in attention, I burst into tears. I covered my face with my hands. Oh, I'm having flashes right now thinking about that. I refused to do military as an adult. I condemn violence. I become a grown man. I condemn violence. I was sent to Norwich in Switzerland to take a science course at the Federal Institute of Technology. At this point of my life, I had no idea how I would earn my living. The behavior of molecules. Yes, come on in, scientists. How you doing, Bobby?
How you doing?
You all right?
I'm all right, brother.
Good to see you, good to see you. Why don't you just come on around on this side? Come on around on this side. Don't be a stranger to me. I know you like that science, don't you?
Yeah, I love the science, brother.
I tell you, we getting somewhere now. We getting somewhere. We're getting some cutting edge. In the world, yeah, that's right. We teaching on relativity and all these good things.
So, I was hearing you talking about when you were growing up, age 17.
Hold it. Let me get this. myself like that. Now, go ahead.
When you was explaining about
Oh, yeah, I was explaining about a lot of things. I was explaining about my childhood days, and I also was explaining about all of the trials that I was going through as a young boy. When I was a little boy, my sister began to act up. I picked up a hoe and hit her in the head. I didn't like violence no more. I could have killed my own sister. Do you understand that, young man, as a scientist? You coming up.
I understand that.
You coming up as a scientist. Yeah. Who's that at the door? Oh, yeah, come on over here.
Professor Einstein. I tell you, that autobiography was just so divine. Look, I want to know if you had paid attention to the Daily News that was listed Saturday about, is an article stating that we actually don't know how many days there are in a week. Can you verify that statement for me, sir?
How many days there are in a week?
Right.
I'm going to ask you something. How many days you think it is in a week?
Actually, no one really knows how many days there are in a week. It's an everlasting, continuous thing. Now, the article also stated that we're not sure how many
Somebody's talking in here, and I don't like it. So be quiet, and you just watch your mouth. Don't put your hands up like that. Einstein runs this place. Do you understand? I would run you out of my office if you keep doing such a thing now. Go ahead.
They also stated in the article, just news posted on the Daily News.
I don't have time for all of this nonsense.
Right. Now, we're not sure how many hours there are in a day. Can you find
No, I don't want to talk about that. Go to something else. You got anything else you want to talk about?
Well, I think that covers it. You're such a brilliant, and I enjoyed every moment of it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. How you doing, little girl? Oh, who's this little girl?
This is Quenisha.
Hey, Quenisha. How you doing? You know, I love little kids. You know, it's my little heart. Every time I go all over the world giving lectures, the kids just come to me and say, Albert Einstein, the scientist man. I say, yeah, I'm the scientist man. And then some call me a genius. I don't know how much of a genius I am, but I guess I know relativity. All right, see you later.
All right, then. Thank you once again. I've enjoyed it.
Okay. See you later, young man. All right.
Mr. Einstein. No, later.
Because you are a doctor. What institute do you work at?
Oh, the Amherst Medical Institute across the street. But I just had to come run over here.
Oh, wow, that's wonderful. You know, that's not far from Norwich. Yeah, I know about that. You know, it's a coffee shop there. You know, I go every morning, and I tell you, people are so, they call me, what you call those people? I tell you, I'm a scientist, but they call them rebel. Yeah, they call me a rebel.
We're going to have to meet there sometime.
Yeah, you know, when I do go there and I teach my theory of relativity, do you know, I mean, they are magnetized. I mean, people just come there with that magnet and they just look at me, and I'll be there for an hour and it looked like an hour have passed by, but it looked like it was only 10 minutes.
That's what happens when you love what you do.
Yes. Well, look, I can tell you this here. I want you to be careful how you do those surgery, Doc. Because one day you may have to do some on me. I want you to make sure you understand relativity.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
All right.
You're my idol.
See you later. See you later. All right. Yes. Who's that?
Hey, Mr. Einstein.
Wait a minute. Hold your mouth. Hold. Move over. Don't stand in front of Einstein like that. You understand me? Matter of fact, you young boys, turn the hell around right. No, let me do it. I don't need you turning it around. You should have turned it right from the beginning. I have to help you do everything in this city. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, Mr. Einstein.
Have you been in the military yet?
Sir?
I said, have you been in the military?
Of course I do. What's your take on the military? You like the military?
No. I would never make a bomb that killed no human being on the earth. Life itself is wonderful. Why should we kill off the plants? Why should we kill off humanity? This should be a one-world government that help everyone. And you, that everyone would have the right opportunity in this world without guns.
Why do you feel like that?
Well, you know, young boys, when I was your age, they made me went to the military. I was forced by the government to go. But I would never take a part of the military. Matter of fact, the president wrote me a letter. The first letter that they wrote to me, my colleagues called them and told them I wasn't interested, but how wrong were they? I always wanted to speak with the president. I wrote another letter back to Washington, D.C., to the president. And he welcomed me, Roosevelt, welcomed me and my wife to the White House. We had a marvelous dinner.
How was your wife, Elsa?
Elsa, she's a wonderful girl. She's a wonderful lady. She take care of all of my welfare being. She look out for me when the press send letters to me. She makes sure she protects my authority so that I don't have to deal with the general public.
That's a good wife.
Yeah, I tell you, she's a wonderful wife. She also my cousin.
She also your cousin.
I don't tell everybody about that. I'm a brilliant man. Do you understand? Relativity. You understand? It runs deep.
Your cousin.
And I don't like you questioning my authority. I'm old enough to know the way to go. And what I want you to do, young man, leave now. Now, don't say nothing. It's all relativity. That's right, relativity. The behavior of molecules. When I was working at the patent office, I planned a thesis that would earn me a PhD. Some of you don't know that. From the University of Norwich. That this qualification would get me a job as a university researcher. Yep, that's right. I was searching all this idea of science and science so that I'll be able to give the terminology that would edify myself before it reaches you. That's right. I must understand what I'm doing before I can tell you about it. So it took me a lot of experimenting to do such of a thing. Now this researching that I was doing, that this would open a door and an access that I could get all the books I needed for my own personal studies. All right? Now, yes, I started working at the patent office. That's right. You want something copyrighted, patent office and all that stuff. You know, I knew all about that too, and I started in June 1902. 6 months later, I married on January the 6th, 1903. All right? Now, it's very important to understand the duties of a man. In 17, as a young student, I learned well from my father and my mother. My father, he was a electrical man, electrical engineer, and he knew all about that. And my mother, she was a very quiet woman, but she was a very smart woman. Now, as I continue on telling you about my life history, it's very important to know this. My ability was very good with the violin. Also, I oftentimes played with the piano, but I was very good with violins. And I enjoyed just being alone, making my own music by myself. It helped me in my creativity of figuring out molecules and atoms and all of those different things. I understood that it took all of that to help me to be who I am today. I was marked from a child. And know where that mark came from? All of the persecution, all of the people doubting my abilities, Germany. And after I moved from there, I went to Switzerland, and then from there I went to the United States of America. And as a researcher, prize winner to me all of my life, and I could have never done it without you, Elsie. You know, you're a jewel to me. Out of all of these women in the world, you have stood by me. You have supported me wonderful when the press came up against me. Thank you so much. I remember the day that I got my Nobel Prize for Physics, and how you just rejoiced with me. I never forget that. I received it first in 1922, but actually it was given in 1921. I got it about a year later, and you really rejoiced with me, and thank you so much. Thank you so much for all you've done. So what you got to say about all of our success as a scientist?
Well, I tell you, Einstein, I have really been enjoyable of being your confidant. You have been such a brilliant, such a talented, such an outstanding, overwhelming scientist. A scientist who have conquered the world, conquered the success of America. Not only America, but Europe itself. Not only Europe itself, but all of the continents. Einstein, you are such a brilliant scientist throughout all this generation and the generation to come.
Well, Elsie, I tell you, I couldn't have never done it without you. Oh, what's wrong? What's wrong?
I've been having a few problems lately.
Hold it. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Hold on.
I didn't want to mention it to you because I didn't want to bring it to your recollection. You've been
Doctor! Hello? Yes. Dr. Davis, come here.
Oh my God! What's going on? Stand back.
She's hurt.
I
don't know. Doc, handle her easy, doctor.
Oh, take
What's
care
wrong
of this.
with her?
Let's check her out. She looks like she's having some type of a heart complication.
Oh no.
Oh my.
Hey, my pipe down.
Sir, I'm gonna need to have you take a seat.
You don't know.
Have a seat, sir.
This is all I got.
Have a seat, sir.
Okay. Hurry up, Doc.
She's no longer with us. She has passed. I need 20 cc's. Emergency airliners. We're gonna have to transport her out of here.
Hurry up. I'm having problems. It's okay. Help them take her out. I know you heard, but help them take her out. Handle it easy. Maybe there's some hope. Doc.
Leave the stationary here.
Doc, let me talk to you.
Sorry, sir.